So today's retro topic will be who would win in a 7-game series, the 0-1 Lakers or the 2018 Golden State Warriors. I'll go first. I think it's clear that the Lakers would win. If I'm being honest. Here's why. Here's why. All right. Here's why.
I have a question.
Okay, go ahead.
No.
Okay, all right. Here's why. I'll play some facts. Okay, so you have two of the greatest players of all time on one team. So we have Shaq, the most dominant big man ever, and then we have Kobe Bryant, who is the closest thing we've seen to Michael Jordan. So I just want to know, out of the 28s to last year's Warriors, who's going to guard Shaq? Hey, who's going to guard Shaq? Who's going to guard Kobe? Because I know Klay Thompson won't.
You can have Draymond and you can have Kevin Durant on Shaquille O'Neal.
But then who's on Derek Fisher and who's on Ron Harper? Who's on some of these other guys?
Robert Horry.
That's a good point. I didn't really think about that. That's a good point.
I think
Shit.
today's NBA is much faster. The Warriors have a much faster offense, and bigs now can shoot where Shaq back in the day could not shoot.
But Zaza Pachulia can't shoot.
Yeah, but
Can't shoot.
Draymond can't shoot either.
I mean he can shoot better than Shaq can.
We have Curry,
Sure.
Klay, Durant. We have those
Cool.
guys that can run the court
Okay, but-
compared to Shaq. Shaq's gonna be
Yeah, he's
out.
gonna.
we're
Two
gonna
minutes. 2 minutes into the game, he's gonna come out.
We're
because he's
gonna
so
do
fast.
hack a Shaq. We've done it against DeAndre in the Clippers. In the
Dwight
playoffs.
Howard
We
too.
still won
But
that.
Shaq is a different animal. He can get an animal on Zaza probably almost every play.
Yeah, but the game is so fast, and the Lakers' defense back in the day was more physical. Obviously, it's softer
slow
here.
him down.
You'll be fouling him. You put Steph, Clay, and KD at the free throw line.
We'll see if Shaq
Yeah, but
gets through the
if
game
they
without
foul.
getting fouled
Okay.
out.
I mean, the way they play games is more physical. In today's NBA, you can't be physical at all. Like doing this is like a
okay,
team.
let's just say there's a median. So let's just say that we'll take 2018's rules and 2001 rules, and then we'll just put a median in it and just say that there is a little hand checking, there's a little fouling, but it is controlled. So I think that one, if you can't give it to Shaq in the post, fine. If he's gassed, you still have Kobe Bryant there. Who's gonna guard Kobe Bryant?
Klay Thompson.
They even got
Oh, it's one Kobe Bryant. You have Klay
Bro,
Thompson
Klay
guarding.
Thompson. We have defenders on
we
this
had
team.
Klay Thompson, Andre Iguodala guard LeBron.
Yeah, but Kobe Bryant's a
Well,
different
yeah.
animal.
Can
That
we
was a
just-
different
we
animal.
we have players on the bench like Iggy and Sean coming off too.
Sean
Livingston?
Livingston.
That's not.
Sean Livingston.
They're gonna back up off him because he can't shoot threes.
Yeah. That's obviously what you say.
I mean, and then you also have Robert Horry. Horry can shoot. And you still got Shaq, the triangle offense, Phil Jackson, the greatest coach of all time.
But you can have Steph pulling up from deep. Got KD, can shoot over anyone.
Oh my god.
But
I just
Derek
think
Fisher,
they're not going to be able to guard the perimeter. I
Derek
don't
Fisher,
care
and
what-
Rick Fox, you don't think is going to be able to guard Steph and
or Durant.
KD? Oh, I know. I think Rick Fox about 6'8", 6'9".
He's
Oh,
good
I
though
agree.
against Durant. I don't know. You guys say you guys all got all these legends.
He's
The
6'7".
Warriors have four
Fox.
Hall of Famers on that team.
We have two of maybe top 5 of all
And you
time.
have Tyronn Lue.
Yeah, we have Ty Lue.
Dude, he knows everything about the Warriors because he's coached against them for like
Oh my God.
3 or 4 years. So he's gonna have that experience.
He's going to say, hey, I know how to guard Steph.
Nah, but in all seriousness, I mean, if you look at these teams on paper and you look at the body of work that each player has and what they bring to the table, I think on paper the Warriors would win, but in real life, I think the Lakers would. I think the Lakers would manage. I think the Lakers would. I think they'd.
I think it would get close, but I think at the end of the day, the Warriors have more options to make that final.
Well,
shot.
yeah.
But in the game, we'll say, I said in 7. What do you think? How many games do you think it takes the Warriors to beat the Lakers?
I think it takes 6 to 7.
Yeah.
I think it takes 6 to 7.
Disrespect.
I think it'll take 7, and then once it gets to Game 7, I think Kobe closes it out.
I think once it gets to 7, Shaq will be gassed.
Yeah, I think
It seems to me you guys are purely just going off the fact that the Warriors can shoot and they have shooters. But I mean, you look at this 0-1 Laker team. I mean, they will literally run right through them just like they were Dade. I mean, it doesn't really they just don't really have the physicality that teams back in the day had that they can run with these guys or compete. But I mean, Yeah, you guys are pretty much just going off the fact that they can shoot. I mean, but it's if they can get in there, get rebounds, and hustle, and like do work in the trenches and stuff. Like, is that really gonna? Do they have any of that? Are they gonna bring any of that into this series?
I don't see. I also don't see, other than maybe Iguodala, I don't see a guy who could lock up Kobe Bryant. And even Iguodala, I don't think is a lock up Kobe Bryant. And
he doesn't start.
and they also don't have a shot blocker. So who's gonna?
Durant's not a shot blocker.
Yeah.
Durant's a shot blocker.
Durant's not a shot blocker.
I don't
Have you
think.
seen
I don't
Durant?
think he's not on like Mutombo level or.
He's not like that,
He's
but
not-
he's
But
still.
I don't
he's
think-
one of the top leaders in the league in block shots.
Yeah, but you're going up against a guy like Kobe Bryant who could put his nuts in his face. Like, this guy is gonna levitate.
We got 3 All-Star defenders.
3?
3. We got Durant, we got Clay, and Draymond.
Clay
I think Clay is an
Clay-
All-Star defender.
Oh,
against
please.
Kobe though.
We've seen what Clay could do.
Oh please. Well,
So
I mean,
LeBron.
the Warriors are obviously children, and the 01 Lakers are obviously adults. They're grown men. I'm just saying that.
The Lakers,
They're
stats-wise,
grown men. They're grown men.
stats-wise, if you look, they have to depend on Kobe and Shaq for their points. They had to average 30 points a game, and then everyone else is averaging 9 or less.
But
For
that's
the Warriors, we got 3 players 20 and up, and then we got the bench averaging 10 points each.
but
player.
have they ever seen a guard like Kobe, and have they ever seen a center like Shaq? Because to me, they've only seen like
They've seen
they've
Kyrie,
seen
they've
Kyrie,
seen
they've
LeBron.
seen LeBron. That's about it. But like they're not. Those players weren't as dominant as Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant. I don't think they've seen a guy who could put up like 28, 26, and 2 assists, and a guard who could go up and get you 30. Have they? I don't think they've seen that.
I think that, well, I feel like the combination of Kyrie and LeBron, that's still like up there. I'm not saying like that they don't have a Shaq. They've never played a Shaq, but I feel like that's still high competition to compare them
They're
against
still
the
boys.
01
They're
Lakers.
still
And they can
boys.
still do the hack a Shack.
They're still boys going up against grown men. It's
01
literally.
Lakers is a 22 Kobe Bryant.
It's
22
literally.
years old.
But coming out of high school, Kobe Bryant, he's a grown man by at least 20.
Just the way he played. But like, I mean, this is like the fire department barbecue. Firefighters versus Suns basketball game. I mean, this is come on.
They just
like-
throw it into the post, let Shaq go to work.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even think they'd have to shoot a 3 like for most of the game in order to compete with these guys.
I mean, they did, in fairness to the Lakers, they did play a team that shot a high amount of threes for the time in the Indiana Pacers, and they handled it pretty well. I mean, the Pacers had Reggie Miller, Jalen Rose, guys who could put up 6 threes a game. But, I think the Warriors would give them a good fight, but I don't think they'd win.
I think the only way we can settle this is a game 2 is a game
2K.
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 Yeah.
It's the only thing we have.
Moving on.
That's
Too
Comment
long.
below who you think would win in a 7-game series.
We're going to go to hot takes, and I'll let you guys go first because me and Kevin have almost.
Frank, go ahead.
I'll do mine first. So I got the Eagles winning the Super Bowl. I got the Eagles last offseason. They did sign players. They had Michael Bennett. They got some key offense. They're still looking for their running back. I feel like Tevin Coleman, he's still available, right?
He's on the Niners.
He's on the Niners.
Is he on the Niners?
Yeah.
All right. Well, they still got running backs available in free agency. They signed Deshaun Jackson. They signed Malik Jackson. Their D line is wet. I don't see anything else. Like Carson Wentz, he's coming back. He's recovering. I feel like they're gonna ride.
Okay, so Frank, you're one of my best friends, all right?
Yeah.
But I mean, just going back to last episode, I don't think you guys were able to see that, but Nate's hot take was that the Ravens would win the Super Bowl, and Frank, I just don't think that's gonna happen. Like I told Nate, I mean, there's other teams now in the NFC that have just shown that they can compete. Obviously, the Rams making the Super Bowl, the Saints, being a call away from making the Super Bowl, and I think the NFC East is also a pretty competitive league or competitive division, even though the records have nothing to show for it. But I think the only thing that kept the Eagles in consideration for making the playoffs was Nick Foles, and now they don't have him anymore. They're a great team. I think I wouldn't be surprised if they won their division, but I don't think they would be able to compete with an LA Rams or a New Orleans Saints or even like a Carolina Panthers or a Chicago Bear defense.
You don't think the
They weren't
Eagles
kicked
could
away
beat
from
the
beating them.
Carolina Panthers?
Well, I'm just saying. I mean, there's other teams out there that obviously. I mean, they lost to the Bucks last year, for God's sake. Did they lose to the Bucks? I'm pretty
I
sure
don't
they did.
know. I'm not sure.
Yeah, no one knows, so I could say whatever.
They went 9-7, so
Yeah,
yeah, but
I feel like just they're coming back. They're gonna get Carson Wentz back. They just gotta put it together, and if they do, they will be.
Yeah, what are they gonna do when Carson Wentz gets hurt? There's no savior.
Mark Sanchez. But I do.
And they have a chance to win the division, though. I think.
Yeah,
They have a chance
I
to win the division.
I do like the bold prediction. I think it's. How do I say this without being mean? I think it's more acceptable than just coming out and saying some baseball team that didn't make the playoffs last year is going to win the World Series just because they got a first baseman.
Shout out Cameron Schrader.
From,
We got Paul Goldschmidt.
yeah, I mean, yeah, you guys should have seen the hot take from last week. Just plain stupid. But I mean, you saw the Eagles play against a defense like Chicago. I mean, they were shut down. I mean, obviously, if Chicago had the offense, I think it would have been a much different result. But
And a kicker.
yeah, and if they got a kicker.
Yeah.
I don't know his name, but I feel like he's better. But I think if they, if everything, floated their boat, I think they would have passed the Eagles easily. But the Eagles right now, their receiving core just seems dull, Just Alshon Jeffrey, he's a good player, but I mean, no one really stands out. They don't really have that.
They lost Golden Tate.
They don't really have that.
Tate.
Yeah.
I feel like Deshaun Jackson though could replace Tate.
Yeah, but they
Yeah.
don't really have that star receiver, that 4th and 5, throw it up. Can you get to the spot and make that catch? Can you run a good route and come down with the ball? I just don't know if they have that. I mean, you saw Alshon Jeffrey in the NFC division game. I mean, he obviously didn't come up, and you can't have that stuff if you want to win Super Bowls.
Fair
Alright.
enough.
Tim, what's your hot take? We kind of like almost the same.
Okay, again, going back to the college basketball world, like some of you guys know, the bracket came out, and one thing that caught my eye that just gave me that sense of upset. I think Syracuse is going to beat Gonzaga in the second round, and I think it's going to happen, and I think Syracuse is going to make a run. Here's why. Syracuse obviously is coached by one of the greatest coaches of all time, Jim Boeheim, and they have the experience, and they play in a tougher division than Gonzaga. The ACC is a lot different from the West Coast Conference, and I think they've played teams that have given them different aspects and different sizes and different different things that the West Coast Conference is very limited to. So I think that's why Gonzaga will sometimes play down to some of these teams' levels. I like Syracuse going because they played at Duke, and I think they show that they can compete with the Duke. They can compete with Florida State and North Carolina, all teams that I think are better than Gonzaga.
I'm actually almost gonna agree with you. My only rebuttal would be who's gonna guard a guy like Rui Hachimura, who's been candidate for Player of the Year? The guy's a
Chuku.
beast.
They have Chuku.
Yeah.
Syracuse has Chuku.
And then you have
Don't doubt Chuku.
you have just a bunch of shooters around them. Though. I will say though that
Josh Perkins.
you can see how Gonzaga could lose just because when I saw them play St. Mary's did a very similar thing to what most teams do against Gonzaga, which is slow down the ball, and they have a really tough time when they can't push the pace. So yeah, I think your hot take's plausible, but I just want to see. I would like to see what happens when they actually play a game.
And back on the level, the ACC is a whole different animal than the West Coast. And all you have in the West Coast is Gonzaga, St. Mary's, and San Francisco. In the ACC, you got Duke, North Carolina, Florida State. So
It's just Gonzaga on the West Coast. That's
Yeah.
my thing. I think St. Mary's good for you for winning a game against Gonzaga. That got you into the tournament. But Gonzaga's all they have out there. I'd like to see Gonzaga move conferences. And if they really want to show that they're that they're, you know, on a Duke type of level, which, you know, some people think they are, then move to the Pac-12 or move the American, move to the, you know, I guess Mountain West, yeah, help Nevada out because they obviously haven't shown me that they're, you know, that they have improved. So, you know, I like to see Syracuse win that game. I think I'm going to pick them to. And if they don't, well, here we are again.
All right, so me and Kevin have two very opposite hot takes, but they do have the same subject. So my hot take is that the Cleveland Browns will completely blow up, and they will end up going 8-8 and missing the playoffs. Here's why: they have so many alpha males in that locker room. OBJ, you have Juice, you have Baker Mayfield, even Njoku to an extent is a big personality, and then. Your offensive line is not as, you know, it's not great. They just traded for Olivier Vernon. I think they gave up an offensive lineman, Kevin Seatler, I think his name is. And you do have, like, Nick Chubb, but then you have Kareem Hunt coming in the middle of the season, which might throw off, you know, chemistry. And it might throw off just, you know, the overall play of the team because you have guys who, you know, are going to want the ball, and you're going to have Hunt who's going to say, I want the ball too. And, you know, Baker, even though he's a pocket passer, he likes to run a lot. So we just have so many conflicting personalities. I just don't think it's going to fit in today's system.
So my hot take was, I think the Browns will make it to the AFC Championship game. Here's why. They have a really dangerous offense now, obviously, with Baker Mayfield. They've got running backs Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt, and also Duke Johnson, and their tight end in Njoku. And the big thing, the dynamic duo between Juice and OBJ. So I think the offense is going to be one of the best in the league, and their defense isn't that bad either. They recently added Sheldon Richardson, and in the secondary they have Denzel Ward. So I think they'll be fine to make it to the AFC Championship.
What's going to happen when they're in Pittsburgh and they're down 10-0 going into the fourth quarter, and they just can't get anything going, and OBJ throws a temper tantrum? What's going to happen?
Then throw the ball to Jarvis Landry or in Joker.
Well, I'm just saying, like you got a couple big personalities. You know what comes to mind when I see this team?
I don't think Pittsburgh will have a 10-0 lead.
I'm just saying. Okay, that's an example. But you know what comes to mind is that Eagles team from like 2012 or 2011 when they had Vic, Jackson, a bunch of like defensive stars, and it just blew up in their face. I don't think super teams work in football. I don't think that's how it works.
I mean, last year, ever since they fired Hugh Jackson, things turned around. They beat the Ravens once and almost beat them in Week 17, and it looked like they were like one other receiver away from winning that game because Baker kept trying to force it to Juice. Now that you have Odell, you take the pressure off Juice, and now you have to make the other team think of who you want to put double coverage on.
Okay, but then, alright, I just want to say this also, that you have a first-year coach in Fred Kitchens?
I don't know.
And, you know, we'll see. I mean, he basically got the job because Baker Mayfield said he liked him. And I don't know how that's going to pan out. I don't know how their offense is going to pan out. I don't know how their defense is going to pan out. I don't think their defense is that great. I think they have possibly the third best defense in the division. Like, honestly. I still think the Steelers defense is elite, and I still think the Ravens defense is elite. Even with
Have you seen the Steelers secondary?
I'm just
Ryan
saying it's an elite
Shazier
defense.
went,
Yeah, I mean, you still got.
Shazier's strong.
I'm just saying. I don't think the Browns are gonna. I think they're going 8-8, and it's Cleveland. Yeah,
I think they're gonna win the AFC North and get to the AFC Championship.
I think
it's better than the Ravens. They're better than the Ravens. The Ravens are not winning the Super Bowl.
Okay, but I don't think they're even gonna win the division. I don't think the Browns are gonna win the division.
I think they will win the division.
Tell me how this chemistry is gonna work. Like, I don't see the chemistry working at all.
I think it's gonna work because you got two receivers.
No,
They're
not
nice
like no.
people.
Hold on.
And they're gross.
Juice and OBJ played at LSU together.
OBJ is not a man.
Okay,
They have chemistry there already.
okay.